A new advertisement for Plants vs. Zombies 3 recently surfaced introducing merging. Woo. You can merge a pea shooter with a walnut to make a peanut. Of course, everyone's immediate reaction to this was, oh my god, what are they doing? And that seems normal. We've seemed to continue this cycle of PopCap copying other games. First Clash Royale, then Gardenscapes, and now seemingly Merge Dragons, or any other merging game, I can't think of others. Maybe PvZ Fusions since that's popular. This merging concept also made me realize that PopCap is really keen on making Plants vs. Zombies not Plants vs. Zombies. Let me point out the huge changes each version made. The original 2020 soft launch removed planting sunflowers and sun was generated automatically. That's a huge change from the previous two games. In the 2024 soft launch, you could no longer choose your seeds. I know they added it shortly before it was shut down, but that was a panic attempt to fix the issue. It was not intended at all. Because this is basically an early prototype, I want to really point out all my criticisms with merging because I really hate the concept. For starters, the roots of PvZ gameplay, more so tower defense in general, is that you grow over time. Your defenses start out small and weak, but grow into something incredibly strong. Look at survival mode playthroughs where you start off with nothing and end up with huge defenses. Another example could be a different game, like Balloons. This is how tower defense works. You invest your time into growing something more capable, while you deal with more threats. With merging though, where is that growth? Because you can't bring better plants like Repeater, you're just going to be merging everything into one unit because it's more efficient that way. You're never going to get that defense growth because everything is getting merged into less units that are stronger. Not to mention that this means the amount of plants available in the game will be incredibly slim because plants will merge into different entire plants. No more Repeater, no more Tall Nut, no more Twin Sunflower, everything is now seen through merges. I think it sucks because not only do you not get the growth I mentioned earlier, but also you don't get to see your favorite plants now. You're never able to form a strategy using these plants because you can only get them through merging, and you'll eventually merge them into something better because that's how the format works. Also, how are you even going to progress? You unlock new plants by beating levels. If you get nearly everything by merging, what meaningful content are you going to get? Power-ups? They already tried this concept and it didn't work. I fear that PopCap is going out of touch again. The February blog has not been released yet and we haven't gotten any word about what they're doing. There's been a severe lack of communication, again, and it's really frustrating to see that this is the potential product we will be getting as a result. Merging has been received pretty much negatively by almost everyone, but I wanted to highlight some of other people's opinions, so it's not just my word.
Genuinely, I think that the whole merging concept would kind of ruin the game. There's a good chance it'd mess up strategies and builds in the game, it could cause balancing issues, etc. If it was exclusive to minigames like how some wacky concepts are in PvZ1, I'd be fine with it.
I don't think PopCap/EA/whoever is pulling these strings has enough faith in the IP. I understand that the franchise's popularity has decreased, but it only has the current infamy it's obtained because of the poor decisions made in the past. You wanna know how to get rid of that stigma? Do something actually unique. Trying to do what thousands of other mobile slot games have already achieved is not going to make it stand out, nor seem any more relevant. It's just gonna make it sink deeper into obscurity.
I think this sucks and I won't elaborate because I hope everyone knows exactly what I hate about this.
I like the idea, but it seems like it would fit better in a separate game mode rather than the main game. I hope it doesn't become a gimmick.
I suppose in base PvZ we did the same for some plant upgrades, but I feel like it would be a bit off for them to have it. It seems okay but not at the same time. An interesting gimmick, but it seems like copying those clickbait mods you see on YouTube Shorts.
I don't think PvZ needs a merge gimmick unless it was for the unique stages like PvZ2 had with different things. Plus this feels like a thing for a different PvZ game where fusing plants is the whole thing.
Really sucks how they're going for more reactionary gameplay instead of encouraging preparation like other PvZ games. Makes the game feel more skill-based than strategy-based in a weird, stupid way.
I swear this reminds me of Rush Royale. They act like they don't have a formula unique to PvZ, they are piggybacking off of PvZ's legacy to fill in the game design gap they can't do properly. They seem to be trying everything in the mobile slot book instead of throwing it away, burning the book and actually coming up with something good. Even the PvZ3 pre-alpha and alpha had a way more interesting gameplay loop at their very core if we were to look past the leveling and mobile greed compared to current day PvZ3.
Another reason I don't like it is because it doesn't play like Plants vs. Zombies. If this was a spin-off called Plants vs. Zombies Emerge or whatever, I wouldn't care. I'd still think the concept is kind of lazy, but it's not a main series entry, so it doesn't affect me. But this is for Plants vs. Zombies 3, the big third entry. I have high standards for it, and the merging concept completely isolates it from the previous 2 games. A third game is supposed to be a big leap for a franchise introducing new staples and ideas. Plants vs. Zombies 2 is already similar-ish to the first game with a bunch of new abilities and perks while still staying true. Plant food has a new ability that changes things greatly. New perks like being able to launch a lawnmower early, or use plant food to instantly recharge a seed packet, alongside having a level select and everything. With merging, it doesn't feel like they're innovating on the formula, but instead trying to reinvent the formula. Some people like this, and I can understand why. PopCap is actually trying to change the gameplay in a meaningful way, as both soft launches were basically PvZ 1 and 2 gameplay, but neutered. However, just because it's different, I don't think it's good. I think it's great PopCap is looking into ways to change the gameplay to differentiate itself from other games, but merging is not it for me. Because even if Plants vs. Zombies 3 released, there has to be a reason people would want to play it over the others. People that don't like PvZ 2 will play the first, people who want a longer game with more progression will play the second, and so on. With the third, I'm not sure how this would get anyone wanting to play it. Anyways, yeah, that's it for now. I'm praying we don't go down this route. I really just wish they asked us what we want. We're re-envisioning PvZ 3 to be like another game, but not a PvZ game, and that's why it's always hated. People are literally just asking for the game to be like the previous games, and they can't even do that. It's straight innovation for the sake of innovation. If you get that reference, then like and subscribe. Woo.